folks. Okay, I have permission from the property manager of this building right here to sit in the entrance vestibule, and I wouldn't have been sitting there if he didn't give me his permission to sit in the doorway. Now, the police had made me get a letter of permission from the phone store in order to sit on his window ledge. Got the letter of permission and was issued a trespass warning from there as well. And I had to go down with the owner of the phone store to the police station in order to get the trespass warning from there lifted. He then emailed me a letter of permission, so I got it on my phone and I can show it to any police officer who tries to trespass me from there. I didn't get anything in writing from the owner of this property. It's an office building, and there's a gym upstairs and there's handicapped access to the gym. But I did get his verbal permission to stay there, to hang out there, and use the Wi-Fi from BurgerFi. Now, let's see. We're directly across the street from BurgerFi. You can see it now, I guess. So I got permission to sit in there to use BurgerFi's Wi-Fi after I was given a trespass warning without a complaint back in May. The video is entitled Trespassed from a Public Sidewalk, and I'll leave a link in the description to this one. They trespassed me from the public sidewalk for the entire block on the other side of the street. So I came over to this side of the street, and I've been hanging out on this side of the street using their Wi-Fi. Now, without getting a call, Officer Llamoca came over and gave me a trespass warning and demanded my ID, which I gave him under threat of arrest. I started up the film after he told me he would take me to jail if I didn't give him the ID, and I told him, well, I'm giving you the ID under threat of arrest, but you're not supposed to need it for the trespass warning. Well, here's the video I got. I was doing something else with the phone, didn't see him coming, and started filming after the encounter started, because I started to boot the camera as soon as he came over and started talking to me, and it took a couple of minutes, and he had already demanded the ID. Here's the video of our encounter, and I now have a trespass warning from entrance doorway to a publicly accessible building, which is contiguous to the public sidewalk. Llamoca issued me this trespass warning without having a complaint from the owner of the property. And I, in fact, have permission from the property manager, or the building manager, to sit there.
You want to record, that's fine, I don't have a problem with it, okay? I'm recording too. So if you ever want the video, you can go to the station, I'll leave the station and you can get it. But like you told me, you don't work here, you're not a representative here.
Right.
You're not a guest, you can't be here. Are you homeless?
Okay, so I'm leaving.
Are you homeless?
You know that.
I know, but I'm asking, if you're homeless still, I can help you. You want to go to shelter, I can transport right out to the shelter.
No.
Why not? Sir.
Every time I get...
You see what that sign says? No trespassing. Trespassing is subject to arrest. Right there.
Well,
I don't want to do that. All I want to do is give you a warning. So I need your ID so I can verify who you are.
well, from what I understand, you don't need ID for a trespass warning.
Yeah, I want to make sure who you are. That's all. Your ID right there. I'll be right back. You go like that.
Did you actually get a complaint from the property owner?
Sir, you can't come back over here. We have a no trespassing sign there. We're authorized to give you a trespass warning. Okay, that's all I want. Please don't come back. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay, so I'm all right on the sidewalk out here,
No
right?
problem. You're on the sidewalk. Again, if you return, you may be subject to arrest. Would you like to go to shelter?
No.
You're not. It's gonna get cold. How's the guitar?
The guitar was taken by 4 Miami Beach police officers off my friend's porch without a warrant or any call of any kind
Okay.
in June while we were on lockdown, and I was staying at my friend's house.
Sorry to hear that.
The whole cart,
Did you
all
go
my
get it?
clothes, all my possessions, everything.
Did you try getting it back from police station?
I went running out after them, and I said, hey, you got a warrant? And they just ignored me, and they put it in the back of the SUV, and they took off. And I got the numbers of the cars. There was 4 officers in 3 cars. And I got the numbers of the cars, and I went to Internal Affairs, and Internal Affairs said that all the officers that were assigned to those cars were with the cars on calls in North Beach and Mid Beach at the time.
So listen, I can't really talk about that because maybe it's still an ongoing investigation. But what I'm here is to help you. Do you want to go to shelter for the 3rd time? I
No.
have beds available. I can take you right now myself, drop you off at Camilla's house, get you into a bed.
No, I don't want to go to shelter.
So remember that if you return here and you're on the property, you may be subject to arrest. You understand? Organize.
Well, did you have a complaint from the property owner for this incident?
Sure. What I can tell you is that there's a sign there. All we want is to comply.
I know the law as far
Where's
as
the sign say?
trespassing goes,
Where's the
okay?
sign say?
And if it's private property, you need to have an incident-specific complaint from
What
the
does it
property owner
Where does it say on the
in
front?
order to issue the trespass warning.
So,
And you're not supposed to issue the warning, you're just supposed to make the arrest.
No.
Okay.
Listen, I have discretion on what I'm going to do. I don't want to arrest you. I offer you help. I'm explaining to you there's a sign. There's a no trespassing. The words are there. You could be subject to arrest for trespassing. All I'm asking is that you do not return. That's all.
Well, I said okay, but that's not the way the trespassing law is supposed to work,
So
okay?
if you come to somebody's property and they ask you to leave, what are you supposed to do?
If you're supposed to have an incident-specific complaint
What
from
kind
the
of
property owner, and then you're supposed to make the arrest immediately
So why don't
because
we
the
do this?
property owner is the one who's supposed to issue the warning.
No, sir.
Okay?
No, sir. That's not correct. A representative of the establishment with an affidavit on file allows you to issue trespass warning. The complaints are that people come here, they sleep and they urinate, and their cleaning crew has to clean it. If you were to get arrested, then it is our responsibility to get the property manager to go to court and testify on why he has a no trespassing, why he's allowing the officers to make the decision on scene what to do. And it clearly states, that's why I asked you, are you working here? Are you waiting for somebody? Do you have any business here? If you don't, the parks are still open. You can go to the park. That's all. I've known them for many years. I never arrested you. I've always treated you with respect. Have I ever disrespected you? Every time I see you with your gifts, I say, hello, how are you? Good night. How are you? Good morning.
Yeah.
That's all. Do you have any other questions for me?
But then you chased me off the public sidewalk over there in
When?
June.
Me?
In May.
In May?
Yeah.
Over there?
It was a black officer who wouldn't identify himself.
You say you chased me. I didn't
And
chase you.
he called you for backup. You showed up with 2 females, and then you are actually the one who told me to get out of here and don't come back when I was when BurgerFi was closed
Right.
because of the lockdown, and I was sitting on the sidewalk in front of BurgerFi, and he had no call, and he had no probable cause. He just rolled up and saw me sitting on the sidewalk and got out and asked me for ID. And I'm like, why do you want my ID? Says, well, you can't be obstructing the sidewalk. I'm like, the sidewalk's 11 feet wide. I'm taking up 3 feet of it. There's plenty of room. A postal worker went by on a bicycle. You know, I didn't have to move, and she didn't have to alter her path. And
This is a sidewalk for pedestrian traffic.
and he said,
Right?
what?
This is a sidewalk for pedestrian traffic.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
Pedestrian moving. They're moving.
Yeah, but nobody ever hassled me about it when I was playing my guitar there, because there's plenty of room for people to get by. You know, I didn't set up
Tonight,
opposite an
is there anything
obstruction.
else I can do for you? Did I answer all your questions? What else can I do?
You're the one who was
I've
asking the questions. I didn't
explained
ask
to
you
you.
anything.
The what?
I say you're the one who was asking the questions. I didn't
have
ask
the right
you
to do
anything.
that.
I
You
know,
have private
I know.
property, you're trespassing. That's all. Can I go now?
It's
You
not
called
up to
back.
me.
You called me back and I came back because you had a question. That's all. Are we
Well,
good?
it wasn't a question. It was a statement. I
Hey,
said
now
I knew
listen.
how
Now listen.
the trespass law works, and you know, I made a statement about
I
it.
can
But
see that you're very familiar with the trespass law, you know? So you gotta be able to have an understanding of what they want.
well,
what their
that's
expectation
why I've
is.
been able to go so long without being arrested out here, because I don't
You're a
trespass
very
without permission.
respectful man. I've never seen you being disrespectful. If you like to record, God bless you. That's your right. I have no problem with it. I have a camera, you have a camera. So can I go back to what I was doing before?
You don't need my permission.
Would you like to go to shelter?
No.
One more time?
No.
If you come back here and allow procedure here, what could happen?
Well, you told me, you giving me a trespass warning, and that I'd be arrested.
You
But
could be subject to arrest. That's what I said. You could be subject to arrest. Okay?
But-
Be careful, all right? Stay safe.
I mean, I was told the same thing about the public sidewalk in front of BurgerFi in May. So
Don't want to be disrespectful walking away while you're talking to me. So that's
Yeah.
you're back again.
okay.
Can I answer anything else? Can you have a good night? God bless.
Yeah, you have a good night too. Well, there you have it. The second time I've been trespassed from an area of private property which is generally open to the public without a complaint from the property owner. And in both cases, when I had permission to be there from the owner or property manager. In addition, I've been trespassed from a public sidewalk without any RAS. It's the third time I've been trespassed unlawfully from a public area since the COVID crisis started.